Interning's really what made the difference for me. I think if I hadn't had my internship senior year, I wouldn't have been exposed to nonprofits and the development side of nonprofits. So if you are a freshman through junior, I would intern. The English intern department is fantastic. You should be lucky because not all the departments I think are as put together as they are when it comes to that. Network. I'm going to tell you right now, networking doesn't necessarily come really easy for me. It definitely didn't when I was coming out of college. And I would love to say I got my jobs based on my tremendous, ability as an English major, but I didn't. That was part of it, but I got both my jobs through Fairfield alum. One was the one that I worked for as an intern, who then recommended me to the organization I worked for the first 6 years. And then I got involved with the Hartford alumni chapter. Actually, I got involved with, first I was in Manhattan. I don't know. Everyone knows each other at Fairfield too, so I kept getting bounced around. But when I got involved with the Hartford alumni chapter, one of the other chairman was also worked in development for nonprofits. And so I said to him, keep an eye out. I would like to move closer to home. I have a 60-minute commute. And he ended up hiring me 9 months later. So network.
Aside from that, I would say if you have a goal you want to reach with English, be it writing or being a critic or whatever you think you might want to do, I would say do it, meaning practice it on your own, become the best that you can be at it, because once you're trying to get that job when you're a senior or later, it's going to have that, A, the examples that you can show, and B, just the knowledge that you are this experience in doing it will go a long way. I could say in my experience, just focusing on the storytelling aspect, that's completely where I was able to separate myself from the other people that wanted to be comic book editors, of which there are many and of which there are few positions. So just having that experience behind me, eventually pays off.
So I graduated in '99. I'm the old guy here, but so internships weren't, they were still prevalent, but not as mandatory at that point. So I would heed these guys' advice and make sure you cover off on the internships. The other thing, though, I think about, too, is in the summers is, don't discount those jobs you get as a waitress or a bartender or, kind of these real-world scenarios. I mean, I think I learned just as much about dealing with people kind of in those roles as well. Plus, you're, potentially making more money, which is always key. So, I'd look at it as kind of a holistic approach of, kind of some of these real world experiences where you're getting your hands dirty during the summer, but balancing it with getting in those professional environments that the internships provide. And then the other thing from my experience working at a tech and a media company is that, and taking off of Mark's thought on storytelling, is that I'm seeing more and more people, the stories are being told through technology platforms, right? Whether it's, your ability to code or different emerging media platforms, I would make sure to try to, get involved in that, whether it's code classes or, design, Adobe Illustrator type things, so that you have the ability not just to communicate a story through word or speech, but that you have the technical capability in some scenarios to help you bring that story to life in kind of a unique way that people are expecting now.
Yeah, definitely stick your toe in the water of coding. It's definitely worthwhile. If you have an English degree and you know how to code, you're like a really great find, because what's the stereotype of an IT professional? They're not very friendly, and they're kind of into their stuff, which is great. They're brilliant people. I work with a lot.
There's no one in here except the guy at the camera. So
they're brilliant people, and I work with a bunch of them. I think they're great. But if you've got the storytelling skills to take your phrase, and the people skills, like you were saying, and then you also have technical skills, maybe even not coding, but just sort of familiarity with different kinds of technology. And you guys are young. I mean, have you been around since the internet? Right? I mean, you guys are young, so I'm sorry, I was at my high school the other day at Career Day, and they literally have not been alive without the internet, which is it's blew my mind. So
Yeah, Jennifer, you're really old.
yeah, so yeah, just try it out, and I think also to what you were saying too, just keep going. Now is the time. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of responsibilities with classes, but there's stuff in between that you can do to just sort of explore your potential life before you, like by volunteering, by working as a waitress. All of these things will sort of evolve into a body of work and a body of experience that will inform everything else in your career, and you'll get confidence. And I think confidence is a really big part of getting a job successfully, and it's rough out there, so you really need to be able to power through.